Hey, Marty, I was just thinking about you, and I thought I'd shoot you a message.
Oh, hey Mike. That's so weird. I was just thinking about you too. Must be that Taylor family magic at work again. You know, whenever I meet new people, one of the first things I tell them is about how the men of our family all have a sixth sense. And no one ever believes me. People are so boring these days.
Oh, you know what? I do that too. I honestly think that it's the fact that we're claiming that the magic runs on the male side of our family that people won't believe us. I think that if it was a tradition passed down among the women, people would take us more seriously. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. People are so prejudiced. Anyway, I'm glad you texted me because I was wondering if you wanted to go for a game of golf or something with me this weekend. I've been wanting to go for a while, but I haven't had time. Are you free this weekend?
Oh, actually I am. I never have time for golf either these days, but it would be nice to meet up this weekend for a round. Besides, I haven't seen my little brother in months. We're definitely due a catch-up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Some exercise, some fresh air, and an afternoon with my big brother Mikey is just what the doctor ordered. Maybe after, there'll be time for a quick beer in the clubhouse.
There will be time for a beer afterwards. We'll make sure that there is time. How are you and Caroline getting along these days? No arguments recently?
No, actually, we've been doing much better. Since Joanna moved out, we've had much less to argue about. But I can tell you about that while we're playing golf. You didn't text me just to talk about my marriage, right? And I'm guessing you didn't plan to invite me for a game of golf either. So, what did you want to talk about?
Wow, I thought you were never gonna ask.
Hey, we all know I talk way too much. It's always been this way, and you know me well enough that you should be able to just cut me off if I'm rabbiting, right?
Right. It was actually about Dad. I had this really vivid dream about him last night.
Oh, really? Was it a good dream?
Yeah, it was nice. Dad and I were playing catch in the backyard just like we used to, except I was grown up. And we were having a really nice long chat about our memories of our childhood and everything. And Dad was super happy, cracking jokes and telling hilarious stories. It was a great dream. It was so bittersweet to wake up afterwards, because I really wanted to go straight back to sleep and continue to dream.
That sounds really nice. I'm glad Dad was happy in your dream.
Yeah, I really feel like he was there last night. I'm sure you know what I mean. But there was one story he was telling me that I think I had totally forgotten before last night. So now I'm wondering if you remember it.
Okay, if you don't remember it, I'm surprised you think I would. You're older than me, so I bet you remember a lot more than I do about our childhood, right?
I would have thought so too, but now I'm not so sure. Memories are weird things, aren't they? Anyway, according to the story Dad told me in my dream, you were about 7 or 8 years old, so I must have been about 11, and the three of us were all playing baseball in the yard, and Dad hit the ball over into Mr. and Mrs. Pullman's yard.
Well, that definitely happened. At least I remember a few times the ball went over the fence, but I don't know who hit it.
Yeah, so I guess Dad hit the ball, but he was too embarrassed to go and ask for it back, so he made us go. So then you and I went around there and snuck into their yard to get the ball back. But Mrs. Pullman caught us and started yelling that we were stepping on her flowers or something. And Dad said he was watching from the other side of the fence and laughing at us the whole time. Apparently it was really hilarious because you said something like, "Oh my God, Mrs. P, they're only flowers. Why don't you just take a chill pill, man?" And she was so mad that she started shouting about how you were a rude, insolent boy, and if we ever came into her yard without permission again, she was gonna call the cops.
Yeah, dude, she was so mad whenever she caught us in her yard. I can't believe you remember that.
I definitely remember Mr. and Mrs. Pullman. They were always so grumpy, yelling at us and telling us to keep off their property. I just don't remember you talking back to her like that.
Well, there was at least one time that I told her where to stick it. She was so mean, but I didn't know Dad was watching the whole time. Why didn't he speak up for us? Actually, that kind of reminds me of how I sometimes used to watch Joanna doing random stuff, like walking to school and stuff like that. When you're a parent, I think it's interesting to watch how your kids behave when you're not around. Haven't you ever done that with Frankie?
I don't think so. Frankie's always been so clingy. I think if I was around, I was usually with them and making sure that they were okay.
Right, Frankie was different like that. You probably wouldn't feel comfortable spying on them in case they spotted you and freaked out. But they're so much more confident these days, don't you think? You've done an amazing job with her, especially since you've done it all by yourself. We've both had our work cut out where parenting is concerned, right? Sometimes when I think about it these days, I can't believe the kind of trouble Joanna used to be when she was a baby. Like, remember how small she was when she was born? I could hold her in one hand. Even my father-in-law was worried about her, and it took a lot to bother him. He was such a manly man, you know? Totally afraid of showing any kind of emotion about anything. But those first few weeks after Joanna was born, when we didn't know if she would make it through, that definitely affected him. I still think Joanna's actually the only person I ever saw him worry about. She might even be the only person he really cared for, because I know he never showed any affection to Caroline.
Don't you think he loved his daughter as much as he loved his granddaughter, really? Maybe he just didn't show it as much.
If he did, he didn't show it at all, and he was just plain mean to me the whole time I knew him.
Yeah, I remember that. I honestly don't know how you stood for it. That guy was so rude to you every single breath he took, and you're not the kind of person who'll just stand by and let someone bully them, right? I mean, look at Mrs. Pullman. She was just trying to protect her precious flowers, and you totally roasted her.
I know, I kept having to tell myself that it was for Caroline. I was only putting up with it for her sake at first, and then after Joanna was born, it was for both of them. And it was totally worth it. We hated each other at first, and Caroline's dad even tried punching me in the face and threatening me with a baseball bat a few times, but he never won. So eventually I think I earned a kind of begrudging respect from him because I never backed down, you know?
And then when they both got ill, they really had to appreciate you, because you and Caroline looked after both of them, didn't you? I don't know if I could have done that. But you two worked so hard to make sure that they were comfortable once they weren't able to look after themselves anymore.
Yep, because there wasn't anyone else who could do that for them. Caroline and I had to either put them in a care home or look after them ourselves. But we both felt so bad at how much they were suffering. At the end of the day, they were still her parents and Joanna's grandparents. And by the time they were coming to the end of their lives, things had changed. We developed a real affection for each other, I think. I know Caroline's dad never really expressed his feelings to me or Caroline, but I know he appreciated the care we took of him. I could see it in his eyes sometimes, especially after her mom was gone and he was by himself.
Well, I think you're a very patient person, Marty. I don't know if I could have done what you and Caroline did.
I think you're capable of more than you know, Mikey. You've taken such great care of Frankie already. They've been through so much and you've been there the whole time. Anyway, I think I need a break from thinking about my in-laws now. It's a little bit depressing to think about that time, even though it was years ago. I have to get on though. I'm supposed to be in the middle of putting some shelves up in the office. Caroline needs more space for all of her books.
Okay, well, don't dwell on the past too much, man. I guess I better get back to work as well. Let me know about golf, yeah?
I'm sure golf will be fine. I'll see you at the weekend.
Okay, call me if you need to cancel or anything.
Hi, honey, it's your dad. How are you getting on?
Hey, Dad, I'm doing fine. Why? Is something up?
No, not at all. I just thought I'd shoot you a message because I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. You must be really busy these days. You haven't even sent me a selfie to prove how hard you're working like you usually do. I need to see those bags under your eyes or I'll start thinking you're slacking.
How's this? Yeah, you're right. I haven't been able to call or text so much recently. I've been super busy. I barely have any free time at all. It's kind of a good thing, though. My team got assigned a cool design project to work on this month, so we've all been doing tons of overtime to make sure it's perfect.
Oh, okay. That is good news. Don't burn yourself out, though. You look like you've lost a little bit of weight. Have you been eating properly?
Dad, I haven't lost any weight at all. Are you kidding me? You know I'm not the kind of person to skip meals. I'd still be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner even if the world was about to end. Don't worry too much about me. Our office has a great cafeteria, so we never go hungry. My boss is always on at me about taking breaks as well, but I get really into work, so I just forget. But enough about me. How have you been, Dad? How's Mom? Have her headaches been getting any better?
I'm doing great, thanks, Joe. Your mom hasn't had any bad headaches recently either, so I think I can say she's doing fine as well. I was just tidying up in my office and I found an old photo album from when you were about 4 years old, so I thought I should probably send you a text to see how you were.
Oh my god, and now you're sat on the floor of your office quietly reminiscing about all our great times together and getting all sentimental over memories you have of me as a little girl, right?
How did you know? But you were such a sweet little girl. Everyone who saw you always said how lovely you were and how you'd become such a beautiful girl when you were older.
You're so embarrassing, Dad. That's all in the distant past now, isn't it?
Well, I'm sorry for being so proud of my only daughter, but can you blame me? You're kind, smart, and beautiful. You always caught people's attention wherever you went. I just got used to people admiring you. When you were little, it was because you were such a sweetheart, and when you were older, it was because you were so smart. I think all of my buddies at the golf club got tired of hearing your name because I talked about you so much back then while you were applying to colleges and stuff. And you never needed extra help or anything. You did it all by yourself. That's why I think I have a right to be proud of you and tell you about it sometimes. I don't want you to forget that you're great, okay?
Okay, Dad, thanks. I think I got the message. I won't forget how much you love me and how proud you are. But seriously, I probably need a little pep talk today, so thanks for saying all of that and reminding me that I kick butt.
Have you made a lot of friends at your new job, honey? I know you're really busy and everything at the moment, but I think it would help if you had someone to chat at break times and stuff. I get a little bit worried about you living all by yourself, you know? You don't go out late at night and walk home alone, do you? I thought perhaps if you lived alone, you'd meet someone.
Dad, are you trying to find out whether I have a boyfriend or not? If you are, you're not being as subtle as I think you were hoping. You know it's none of your business, right?
Yeah, I know that. I was just wondering, because I heard from your mom that you went on a couple of dates with a guy a few weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything else about it. And I thought after you moved out, that would be the most natural thing to happen. I don't want to put any pressure on you, though. I know your work is super important to you.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I never walk around by myself after dark, and I'm great at maintaining a work-life balance. I even have friends.
Okay, I'm sorry I brought it up. I know you'll talk about that kind of stuff when you want to. And you know, you don't have to have a boyfriend at all if you happen to be...
Happen to be what? Into girls?
Yeah, well, you know we're a very progressive family. We would be totally fine with any of that.
So you don't think that Greg, the super jock boyfriend I had in high school, who you met and tried to be best buds with, is enough proof that I like guys?
I don't know. People change. Greg might have just been someone you went out with to find out what you're into. Anyway, okay, this is getting super awkward now. Can we just drop the subject before the office floor opens up and swallows me whole?
You're the one who started it. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen, Dad.
You're right, I shouldn't have asked. I'll remember for next time.
Actually, there is something I've been meaning to share with you guys for a few weeks.
Oh, really? What is it?
Well, I was going to call and talk to you over the phone, but I guess it's fine to just tell you now. The guy I went on those dates with that I told Mom about, his name is Luke. I know you guys haven't even met yet, but we've been getting on really well. He asked me to marry him.
He did what? Without my permission? How dare he do such a thing? I'm kidding. Congratulations, honey. That is really wonderful news. But you guys can't have been going out for very long. Have you answered him yet? What did you say?
I kind of provisionally said yes. I want you guys to meet him first before we really decide to get married. I know it's pretty fast. We've only been going out a couple of months, but he's such an amazing person, Dad. You're going to absolutely love him.
Oh my goodness, Joanna, this is huge. Oh, your mom is gonna lose her mind when she hears about it. You should probably call her immediately after this and tell her, because otherwise she'll find some way to blame me for finding out before she did. I'm not gonna say anything to her about it until you've told her, okay? She's gonna be so happy for you. We both will be. I can't wait to meet this guy so I can judge him. Can you bring him next time you come to visit? How about Thanksgiving? It's only a couple of weeks away, but you were planning on coming anyway, right?
Actually, yeah. I was hoping to bring him for Thanksgiving if you really don't mind. I wasn't sure if it would be okay, because you guys always say Thanksgiving is time for a family, but I'm hoping Luke will be family soon, so I thought maybe you'd understand.
Absolutely. You'll have to bring him for Thanksgiving dinner. But definitely talk to your mom about all of this first, and ask her permission too. Oh, I'm so excited. If you guys get married and have kids, I can finally realize my dream of becoming a grandpa with a big belly who falls asleep on the sofa after lunch like my pop used to.
That is such a weird dream to have, but okay.
I'm a weird guy, what can I say? I hope your fiancé is excited to have an oddball father-in-law. Have you told him about our family's psychic powers yet?
No, Dad. I'll let you do that. I wouldn't want to spoil your fun. Anyway, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay, honey, don't work too hard. Love you.
Love you too, Dad. Hey, Dad? Is something wrong? I haven't heard from you since we left the house after Thanksgiving dinner. It's not like you to keep this quiet after meeting one of my boyfriends. And this time it's even weirder because it's my fiancé that you met and I still haven't heard what you thought about him. I've been waiting for you to call for almost 2 weeks. I'm getting seriously worried about you. Are you sick? I hope you don't hate Luke so much that you can't even bring yourself to speak to me.
Hey, honey, I'm sorry for the radio silence. I know I should have called or texted you or something last weekend, but I wasn't sure what to say.
Oh, Lord. You really didn't like him, did you? What's up? You know you have to talk to me about this eventually, so just spit it out.
It's not that bad, I promise. I don't have a problem with Luke. He seems like a nice guy, and he's very good looking. You guys make a great couple. And his table manners were great. He was polite and kind to your mom and me. I really couldn't fault his behavior at all. Plus, everything he said about his family and his upbringing seemed great. His dad is obviously a successful businessman, so I'm sure his son will be a fantastic partner. If you're happy with him and you love him, then there's no doubt that you'll be perfect for each other. Your mom thinks so too.
Yeah, okay, that all sounds great, but I know you and I think you're holding back. You have other opinions, don't you? I know there's something bothering you, Dad. What is it?
Well, if you must know, it's just a feeling I get from him. Like there's so much happening on the surface, you don't notice what he's really thinking. I feel like there was kind of an act he was putting on, and I wasn't sure how much I could believe. I wasn't sure if I could trust him. It's something about the eyes, but it's difficult to explain what I mean. I'm sorry. It was such a weird feeling, and when I mentioned it to your mom, she had no idea what I was talking about. But I really can't get it out of my head. I feel like some part of him was honestly happy and loving, but there was a hidden part behind the facade, and I'm not so sure what it means for you or him. But you know I often get feelings about stuff that I can't explain. I always used to tell you that the men in this family have a kind of spiritual gift, right? Your Uncle Mike and I both have it. So I can't tell you exactly why I feel the way I do. You'll just have to take my word for it. There's something not quite right about Luke, sweetie.
Right. So you're basing this snap judgment about the man I've agreed to marry on some crazy psychic feeling that isn't based on anything really except for a look in Luke's eyes that you don't like? You're not going to turn around and say we can't get married just because you have a funny feeling about him, are you?
I knew you'd be mad if I told you. That's why I didn't want to say anything about this. Yo, just ignore me. I've had plenty of feelings that came to nothing. Of course I'm not going to stand in your way if you've decided that Luke is the guy that you want to marry. You guys just work on choosing a date and your mom and I will help get everything ready. We have your wedding fund all saved up, so just send over the invoices as they come.
Thanks, Dad. I'm absolutely certain that Luke won't let me down. He's the best guy I've ever met. We'll set a date and let you know how our plans are coming, okay?
Okay, sweetheart. If you're sure, then I'm sure too. I expect this weird feeling is just me being sad that you're getting married and you're not going to be my little girl anymore. Time goes by so fast. I can't believe I'm going to be walking you down the aisle soon. Oh, I love you, honey. Have a great day at work.
Thanks, Dad. I love you too. I can't wait for you to see me in my wedding dress.
Hi, Martin. What's up? How are you and Caroline these days?
Oh, hi, Luke. We're both fine. It's strange to hear from you out of the blue like this. Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I just wanted to check in with you guys since we haven't seen you in a few months, and Joe said you hadn't texted recently. How are the shelves that I put up? I hope they haven't fallen down already. Did you put the gardening books up there like you said you wanted to? I'm sorry we haven't been around recently. I know I said next time I came I would cut the grass in the backyard as well, but Joe and I have both been so busy with work. The months have really just flown by.
Oh, it's totally fine, son. I know I'm getting on a bit, but I'm still perfectly capable of cutting my own lawn. The shelves are great. Thanks again for doing that for us. Caroline says that if she left that stuff to me, it would never get done. I always get distracted and start reading the books I'm supposed to be putting up shelves for. Do you know I first started putting those shelves up about 5 years ago? And I just ended up making a huge mess, so I gave up and did something else.
Never mind, Martin. That stuff happens to everyone. I always get distracted in the middle of projects, too. I'm glad to hear that you've been keeping the grass short anyway. I wish we had a big yard like yours, so that we could have a nice lawn. If we ever have kids, they'll need somewhere to run about, right?
They sure would. But I guess Jo isn't in much of a hurry to start a family. Her career has always been pretty important to her. She's lucky to have you, Luke. You're so understanding and supportive of her. Thank you for doing that for her.
You don't have to thank me, Martin. Your daughter is totally worth it. And if we have a family one day, I'm sure it'll be worth the wait as well. By the way, you've got a big birthday coming up, don't you?
I sure do. I'm going to be 60.
Well, make sure to invite a few of your girlfriends around for that weekend, because Joe and I want to throw you a party, okay? I've already spoken to Caroline about it, and she's going to do some food. I've ordered you a big cake in the shape of a golf course, and we're going to have a barbecue in the backyard. I'll do all the cooking, so you can just sit back and have a couple of cool beers with your buddies. I've invited your brother and his family too. Is that okay? I just want to make sure you have an amazing day.
Wow, that's a really nice idea, Luke. Thank you very much. But are you sure I have enough friends to warrant a birthday party? We might find I'm not as popular as you thought. Besides, once you get to my age, people just try and forget about their birthdays.
You'll have plenty of guests, I'm sure of it. And other than inviting them, you won't have to do any of the organizing or planning. We'll handle all of it. You know, since Joe and I have been married, we've hardly had any big parties as a family. I'm pretty sure the last time I saw Joe's Uncle Mike was at our wedding. I really think your birthday is a great opportunity to get the family together and have a good time. And if they all see what a wonderful son-in-law you have, then so be it.
Okay then, son. If you're getting everything sorted, I promise I'll tell everyone there what a fantastic son-in-law you are. I guess it's about time we had a family get-together, and it'll be nice to have some of my buddies from the golf club over too. Are you sure Caroline doesn't mind? You've definitely discussed this with her first, haven't you?
Joe talked to her about it, and she said it was a great idea. Joe and I will go over there early to help set everything up, so it won't be too much work for her. Don't worry.
Okay, great. I am excited. I haven't had a proper birthday since I was a kid. I can't even remember what the birthday song sounds like.
I'm sure you'll recognize it when you hear it, Martin. We'll see you next month then. Hey, Marty, what's up? I hear we're all invited over to yours for your big birthday party. Now I'm wondering what happened to my big 60th birthday party. How come you didn't throw me one?
No, it's not up to me, Mike. It's all Luke and Joe's idea. They're basically forcing me to have a party, and I'm not sure why.
Well, it can't be that bad, can it? We'll have to bring you a present. What do you want? I was thinking a big bottle of whiskey.
You don't have to bring me anything. I'm not asking for presents. I hadn't even considered that you'd bring anything. But if you really have to, I suppose whiskey would do.
Martin, are you okay? I know you're trying to laugh it off, but it really seems like you're not into this whole party thing. Is there something bothering you about it? Is it about Luke? Haven't you been able to shake that off feeling you have about that guy?
Well, it's not about Luke or the party, actually. It's nothing serious. I had a weird dream. Caroline's dad was in it.
You dreamed of your father-in-law? That is very weird. What did he say? Was he back to complain about how you're no good for his daughter?
No, not at all. He told me to write down 6 numbers and they would lead me to a big financial gain.
You're saying that your father-in-law came into your dream and gave you the frickin' lottery numbers? Oh my word, Marty, have you bought a ticket? And if not, why not? What is it, $2 a play? You'd be insane not to give it a try.
Do you think? I've been wondering what to do about it all week. It's not like the guy was nice to me at all while he was alive. Why would he suddenly turn up in my dream like this?
Who cares? You could be a millionaire. I say don't worry about why too much and just do it. You basically have nothing to lose. If you're not going to do it, tell me what the numbers were and I'll buy one. One of us has to try it.
Fine, I'll do it, but I'm not going to be a millionaire anyway, because when I woke up I could only remember the first 5 numbers he said. Still, it kind of feels like cheating.
It's not cheating because nobody really knows what the numbers are going to be. How can a spirit from the past see into the future anyway? Just use the numbers as you remember and put a random one as the 6th. It is going to be crazy if your numbers come up. What are you going to do?
I don't know, but I guess I have to give it a try. I expect you'll find out the result, because if I win, I won't exactly be able to keep it a secret. Just promise me you won't say anything to anyone about this dream I had, yeah?
Sure, man. I'm not going to blow your chances, am I?
Michael, the lottery numbers were right. Can you believe this? This is insane. I'm getting the prize for 5 correct numbers. It's gonna be huge.
You have got to be kidding me. The numbers you saw in your dream were the winning ones? If only you remembered the 6th number, you would have won the jackpot. Who cares about that though? 5 numbers right is still a lot of money, isn't it? Oh, this is unbelievable. I really want to know why this happened, man.
I know what you mean. I am so freaked out right now, I can't even think straight. But why did he give me these numbers? He never liked me. I can't believe he'd want me to be rich. The only person in this whole family he ever really loved was Joanna. Why wouldn't he give her the numbers?
Maybe he couldn't. She's not exactly gifted with open-mindedness about the occult, is she? Maybe he couldn't contact her himself?
Well, do you think he expects me to give her all of this money? I wouldn't mind it, but she's not poor or anything. Her and Luke are doing fine. They have more money than Caroline and I do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he felt bad that he treated you like dirt the whole time he was alive until you and Caroline ended up looking after him while he was sick. Perhaps he couldn't move on in the afterlife until he settled this debt he has to you guys. This is his way of repaying you for that suffering and making sure you have a comfortable life now.
Yeah, I guess it could be something like that. He was always a fair man. Maybe he can't move on until he feels like he's paid us back. But I'm still in shock about this. I'm definitely gonna need a few days to think about it. Do you think I should talk to Caroline about her dad?
I don't know, actually. She's like Joanna, right? She'll think you're crazy if you tell her that her father came to you in a dream.
Yeah, you're right. I'll leave it.
You should. Just enjoy your winnings for now.
Hey, Mike, are you at work right now?
I am, but I'm not busy. What's up?
I dreamed about my father-in-law again last night. I think this is like the third or fourth time he's shown up in my dream recently. And it's not just me dreaming of him. I can't explain it, but he's definitely in control of my dream consciousness while he's there. It's like a nightmare, and I can't get away from him.
That sounds kinda scary. What happened in the dream then? Did he give you the lottery numbers again?
No, each time he's come this week, he's been super threatening. He keeps trying to give me these horrible, ominous warnings about Joanna and Luke. It is especially bad about Luke, but it's not clear what's wrong with him. I just keep waking up with this terrible feeling that Luke is gonna hurt Joanna.
But Luke is like a big teddy bear guy who just seems to love Joe so much. He's even throwing you a birthday party. I know we both had our misgivings about him. I admit there has been something weird. I feel like he's shielding a part of himself from view. But it's been years now and nothing terrible has happened. He's been a perfect son-in-law, hasn't he? It is very hard to imagine him doing anything to hurt or deceive Joanna.
I know, it totally goes against everything I think I know about Luke. But what do I actually know about Luke? I see him a few times a year at most. For all I know, he could be doing anything behind Joe's back.
But you can't accuse him of anything just based on a funny feeling you got from your father-in-law in a dream.
I know, but it was a very strong feeling and a very clear message that something must be done about Luke or he was gonna hurt Joanna. The old guy definitely wants me to get rid of Luke somehow, but I'm not sure exactly why. And the worst part is, I don't know if it means he's gonna hurt her physically or emotionally. What if he threatens her or uses violence towards her and I knew and did nothing? I'd never be able to live with myself if I let someone harm my daughter. You understand that, right?
Of course. Do you think you could talk to Joe about it without her being suspicious of your motives?
I doubt it. She's so smart. She always sees straight through me whenever I try anything like that. If I wanted to know if she was being mistreated, I'd have to just come out and ask her.
Have you tried asking your father-in-law for more information in the dream?
No, like I said, I have absolutely no control over myself while he's there in my dream. And it feels like it's over in a split second, and I wake up all sweaty and terrified of Luke. I wish I could answer him back, because then I could finally confront him for being such a nasty piece of work while he was alive. I mean, seriously, what right does he think he has to come back to me in my dreams and carry on messing with our lives after making me miserable for so many years? But there's no point in getting caught up in these bad feelings between me and him. I know this is all about Joanna and how much he cares about her. Even in death, he's obviously still there watching out for her and caring about her, right? I should just do my part to protect her too. That's all he wants me to do. And it's all I want to do as her father.
So, what are you going to do? If you try to confront Joe and Luke and it turns out to be nothing, you could cause a serious rift between you all. Besides, you have your big birthday party coming up. Why don't you wait until that's over? You can watch them while they're over at your house at least.
I guess I could just wait a week or so and see if I can figure out anything from their behavior towards each other.
But it's also really hard to ignore these warnings, because you know it's the real deal. He proved that to you by giving you the correct lottery numbers, right? I think this must be what all of that was about. It was a way to make sure you knew the dreams were real premonitions and not just nightmares about your scary father-in-law.
That is what I was thinking too. Do you think Caroline would believe me if I told her about the lottery numbers and everything?
I'm not so sure. If I was you, I'd wait until you either have some clear evidence or an obvious message about what to do. Then I'd do what your dream father-in-law says, because we know he's right. So far, all you know is that you have to get rid of Luke, right? Maybe if you just leave it for a few nights, your father-in-law will be back with a clear reason or something. Until you have that, I don't really think you can do anything. I'm sure it's really upsetting, though. I wonder if there's anything else you can do.
Like what? I thought about hiring a private investigator to check out what Luke is doing, but what if that was all found out and he isn't doing anything wrong? That would make me look like a maniac.
I don't know. It's probably not such a huge deal. I'm sure parents hire people to spy on their children more than you think.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Marty, I'm gonna have to get back to work now. Let me know what you decide and how everything is going, okay?
Okay, I'll message you soon. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing these days?
Hey, Dad. Not bad. I've just been working a lot. Are you okay? Are you excited for the party?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just thought I'd send a message to check up on you. It seems like Luke texts me more than you do recently.
Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. I never remember to text you. Luke is so much better than me at staying in touch with people. He has so much energy, even after a long day at work. He's doing all of the planning for your party. I've done hardly any. All I know is that I have to turn up and help decorate the house. We're so lucky to have Luke, aren't we?
Yeah, he's pretty incredible. What's he up to these days? Is he busy with work?
I guess so. You could just ask him if you want to know what he's up to, though.
I know that. I just wanted to ask you because I wanted to know if you're spending enough time together. You're my priority, and I want to make sure you're happy, don't I? Does he get home on time and stuff? He's not working too hard, is he? I don't want to think that planning my party is going to be a burden on you two.
I feel like these questions have some kind of ulterior motive, but whatever. If you must know, we are both really busy most weeknights and we both get home late. We cook a lot on the weekends and that's what keeps us going during the week, but we're not spending too much effort on your party. Luke would never have suggested holding a party if he didn't think we could manage it, so don't worry about that.
So, you're both out late most nights and you don't really know where he is or what he's doing until he gets home? Doesn't that worry you?
What? Dad! I knew you were getting at something. You can't start acting all suspicious of Luke. I said we're both out late. We're not doing anything weird. We both just work hard. Some nights I think he hangs out with his buddies after work. And sometimes on weekends he has people over for a game of cards or something. I have friends too. You know, it's allowed.
Yeah, I know. You're both allowed to have your personal lives as well as married lives. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to suggest anything weird.
So you think Luke is doing something behind my back? Do you have a good reason to think this, or are you just having one of your funny feelings again? You know Luke by now, right? We've been married for almost 6 years. Can't you just forget about your weird first impression of him and move on? He's not hiding anything from us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to pry into your private life or anything. I'll drop it. You can just ignore me, okay?
Sure. I've got to get back to work now, so I'll text you later, okay?
Okay, honey. Have a good day. Hey, Caroline, honey. Are you busy right now?
Kind of. I feel like I'm getting a headache. What's up?
It's about Luke. I think we have a problem. Seriously, I know you're probably not going to believe me because you always said I was overreacting and being overprotective of Joanna. But I still have this terrible feeling that there's something he's not telling us. He is up to something, Caroline. I know it.
Oh my god, Marty, are you being serious? You have to stop this nonsense about Luke. You're taking it too far. I know you always want to trust your instincts about people, and I appreciate that, but it's been over 5 years and Luke hasn't done anything wrong. For goodness sake, the guy's throwing you a birthday party next week and you still can't just accept that he's a good person.
I'm not just gonna walk away from that situation if I know in my heart that there's something wrong, okay? You knew that about me when you married me. Can you just hear me out about this? It won't take long.
Fine. Talk. I'm listening.
Okay, well, do you know my friend Craig has a son who works at a hotel in the next town? I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it's not a huge chain or anything.
I know Craig, and I know he has a son, but I don't know anything about a hotel. What does this have to do with Luke?
Craig's son thought he saw Luke checking into the hotel with a woman that wasn't Joanna. They were holding hands and they both stayed overnight, and he saw them again the next morning. Can you believe that? I think he's been cheating the whole time that they've been married. I'd bet my life on it, actually.
Oh, come on, Martin. He thinks he saw someone who looked like Luke, but it could have been anyone. You can't tell me you think that's proof that our son-in-law is cheating.
It's not just that he saw them. He found their names in the booking system afterwards. They didn't even bother to use fake names. So the next time he saw them go in there, he called me and I went there the morning after and saw them leave. That was yesterday morning. I saw Luke with my own eyes. That is not all. The other woman is pregnant. Craig didn't tell me that, or maybe he didn't notice, but it seemed perfectly obvious to me. Luke even touched her belly before they kissed and said goodbye.
Well, I don't believe it. Luke always talks about how he wants children, but he says he'll wait until Joanna is ready. He would never betray her like this. You can't just go around accusing people of cheating without any proof.
I have proof now. I saw them with my own eyes. Why won't you believe me? I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I think I'll wait until I see actual proof, like photographs or something like that. Until then, I'm not going to give credit to your crazy imagination. You've always been obsessed with the idea that Luke isn't good enough for Joanna or something. You're probably just daydreaming this stuff so you can start talking about your instinct again.
So you refuse to believe me? You're my wife. If you don't believe me, how am I going to convince anyone else that this is true?
I don't know, Marty. You'll just have to find some proof. You can't make crazy allegations about people like this without it. Look, my head hurts. Can we just drop this?
Fine. I'll have to find a way to prove it to you before it gets any worse then, won't I? Hi, Mike. I hope you're not too busy. I just really need someone to talk to about this stuff with Joanna and Luke.
Oh no, what's up? Did something happen? Have you had any more dreams?
I did, but that's not the worst thing. The worst part is that I saw Luke coming out of a hotel with his girlfriend. They were obviously together. He was holding her hand and she was pregnant. I had no idea that this was going to get so bad so quickly like this. I just thought it was a bunch of freaky dreams that would all come to nothing.
Oh man, this is bad. Have you spoken to anyone except me about it? No wonder we both had that feeling about not being able to trust that guy. I wonder how long it's been going on for.
I know. I hate to think how long he's been deceiving us all. I haven't said anything to Joanna about it yet. I tried telling Caroline, but she reacted really badly and said she couldn't believe anything without proof. Now I'm afraid to bring the subject up with Jo, in case she says the same thing.
Well, that's probably because you don't have any proof. Did you take any photos of them?
I couldn't. They were quite far away, and by the time I got my phone out, all I could see were the backs of their heads.
You're just gonna have to try again then, aren't you? But what about your party? It's only a week or so away. How are you gonna face having Luke in your house when you know what you do?
I don't know. It's a total disaster. I'm just gonna have to get the photographs as proof and convince Caroline and Joanna before the day of the party. There is no way I can have him in my house pretending like nothing is wrong.
I totally agree with you there. If I was you, I would probably want to confront him, and I might even bring a couple of buddies. But it sounds like your father-in-law is spot on with his information. If only he could give you some more proof somehow.
I know. I'll just have to wait for my friend to let me know if he sees them at the hotel again. Then I'll go and get photographs.
The sooner, the better. I don't want to think of my niece married to this cheating loser for any longer. It is awful. Let me know if you need any help with this. I can lend you my camera with the fancy zoom lens if you like.
It's okay. I think it'll be better if I can take a photo with my phone. Then it'll automatically have a time and date stamp, and I can save it in the cloud so it doesn't get lost if I damage my phone.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Good luck.
Hi, honey. Are you busy right now? Are you getting ready for work? You didn't leave yet, did you?
Hi, Dad. Wow, what's up? You sound totally manic. It's weird of you to text me so early in the morning for one thing. What's going on?
I'm not manic. I just have something to talk to you about, and it's kind of urgent. Can you promise to listen to me and not freak out or start saying that I'm going crazy?
Sure, I guess. Can you just tell me what's going on? You sound all worked up and it's worrying me.
Okay, well, I've been having some weird dreams recently. It's been a few weeks, but every couple of days I dream about your grandfather, your mom's dad, not mine. And each time I dream of him, he keeps being really scary, saying that you're in danger. But until now, it wasn't so urgent, just vaguely threatening, right? But this morning in my dream, I got this clear feeling that he does not want you to drive today. At least not by yourself. You mustn't drive your car to work, do you hear me?
But Dad, you can't really believe this, can you? I have to get to work today and my car is the only possible method of transport I have. It's just a dream, right?
I can't really explain it without sounding like a madman, but remember the time a few weeks ago when I got 5 numbers right on the lottery? That was because your grandfather came into my dream and gave me the correct numbers. I think he wanted to prove that he was telling the truth and that I should believe him.
But that's totally insane. Dad, it's not even funny anymore. I'm actually worried that you might be losing your mind. So you're saying Grandpa thinks my car is dangerous and I shouldn't drive it or something? I'm sorry, but I can't just take a day off work because you had a dream.
Isn't there anyone else who could drive you? I just really don't feel good knowing you're out in that car. Can you promise me you'll try and get a lift with someone else?
Fine, I promise I will try and get a lift to work. I won't drive. Are you happy now? Just go to work and try and forget about these weird dreams of Grandpa, okay? Hey, Dad. I just wanted to say sorry about driving when you clearly told me it would be dangerous. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. You deserve better.
Hi, honey. It's okay. You don't have to apologize to me. It was scary as heck to get that phone call saying you were in the hospital, but I know you're gonna be alright now.
I should have listened to you. You've always listened to your instincts, and when I was a kid, I thought that was awesome. You're like a psychic superhero, but these days I've been telling myself that it's all stupid and you're just overreacting. It was wrong to think that, and I'm sorry. I know you only ever want what's best for me.
Really, I'd rather you did prove me wrong by being just fine driving around yesterday. It's worse to be right and know that you're in the hospital. I could have done more to prevent you driving. I'm just glad the accident wasn't worse.
Actually, I think the fact that you warned me about the car did help. I wasn't going anywhere near as fast as I usually go. So when the car suddenly swerved and I lost control of it, I just crashed into the barrier at the side of the road and managed to stop the car from hitting any other cars. At least I know I didn't hurt anyone else, right? If you hadn't warned me, I would have been traveling way faster and I would have caused a huge pileup. Imagine all of the people who could have been killed or injured if I hadn't been able to stop.
I really don't want to think about it. Has the doctor been in to see you today? He told us yesterday that your ankle and a couple of ribs are broken.
Yeah, he came in to see me this morning to see how I got through the night. I didn't sleep much. The painkillers kept wearing off and the pain woke me up. And I'm in a really uncomfortable position. But he didn't say anything much about my injuries. I think it's just going to take a few days for me to be able to leave the hospital.
Well, your mom and I will come by to see you again as soon as we can. Have you seen Luke?
Yeah, he came to see me last night. He was really weird about it, actually. I think he was kind of embarrassed to see me looking like this. He went away really quickly.
No, that sucks, honey. Maybe he's just freaked out. Men are weird when they've been scared.
I guess so.
Do you know what happened to the car? I tried asking around yesterday, but no one could tell me, and you were unconscious.
Oh, right. I think the police brought it back to the precinct with them. You could drop by and talk to them about it. I'll call the insurance company later and ask them about making a claim. I think it might have to be investigated because having the steering suddenly fail like that is a bit weird. If you talk to the police, can you see if you can arrange to have it investigated?
Yeah, that's part of my plan, actually. Your cousin Frankie is a mechanic, right? I want to ask him to take a look at it and make sure there wasn't anything done to it on purpose.
Yes, please ask Frankie to have a look. I forgot they were working as a mechanic these days. Do you think somebody did this on purpose? To hurt me?
I know, sweetie, but I think it's worth getting checked out. Don't you?
Yeah, okay. I agree. Thanks for sorting this stuff out, Dad.
That's okay, Joe. That's what dads are for. And for having weird premonitions, apparently. I know you're not in too much pain for now. I'll see you later with your mom, okay?
Sure, thanks, Dad. Love you.
Hey, Uncle Marty, do you have a minute? I just got round to looking at Joe's car.
Hey, Frankie, thanks for doing that. I hope it's not looking too bad. Joanna said that she thought it wasn't that messed up.
Well, I think I might have to get my boss to take a look at it as well, but it's actually not the crash damage that I'm worried about. Joe managed to avoid damaging the car much, which is amazing. She was very lucky. But the problem is, it looks like someone messed around with the steering on purpose.
Someone messed around with it? What do you mean? Are you sure?
Yeah, the nut and bolt that connects the steering rod and ball joint are missing. That wouldn't just come loose by accident. You'd need a good wrench to take it off. It must have been done by someone with a good knowledge of how cars work and how you can sabotage them without it showing up in the warning lights or anything.
Hold on, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. The whole nut and bolt was missing? How did Joe even drive the car at all if the steering rod wasn't connected to the axle? That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, but I think the nut was removed, and the bolt was probably left in, and it just gradually worked its way free, which caused the accident.
Oh my goodness, I knew there was something going on here. Joe said that she got the car serviced just last week. Do you think one of the mechanics could have left the nut off on purpose?
No, and not unless she didn't drive it all week. It must have been done more recently than that. This is really suspicious, Uncle Marty. I think we should contact the police about it.
Of course we should talk to the police about it straight away. Can you ask your boss to take a look at it and provide a second opinion? Then you guys can call the police. Then you'll just have to leave the car alone because it'll probably become evidence. I'm not gonna let this go. If someone tried to harm my daughter on purpose, they're gonna pay.
Okay, I got it. I'll talk to my boss and then we'll let the police know what we found.
No, thanks, Frankie. You're a star. Hey, honey, what are you up to?
Nothing, Dad. I'm still in the hospital with nothing to do. You know that. What's up? Do you have news about the car?
Well, I just got off the phone with the police officer in charge of investigating what happened to your car. They're heading over to the hospital now. I'm gonna meet them there. Is Luke there as well? He told me he was gonna head there to have lunch with you.
The police are coming again? We were just about to head down to the cafeteria for lunch. Do they seriously have to come here now? I'm hungry.
Yes, it's important. But can you do me a favor? Don't tell Luke that the police are on their way there, and don't let him leave if you can manage it. Just make up some excuse and keep him in your room until the police get there, okay? Can you get him to help you do your hair or something for a few minutes?
Sure, but can't you tell me why? You're being super shady right now, and you know how I hate it when you don't give me the whole story.
Can you just trust me this time, honey? Last time I asked you to trust me, you didn't, and then you ended up in the hospital. I'm not gonna run the risk of anything else happening to you.
Okay, fine. I'll keep him here, but can you hurry? I don't know how long I can distract him before he starts to wonder why we're not eating lunch.
I really owe a lot of what happened after Joanna's accident to Frankie and Mike. It was Frankie that figured out how the car was sabotaged after all. After Frankie told me about the steering fault, I asked Joe to give me the name of the garage and the mechanic who serviced her car. When I went around there, I was pretty surprised to see the woman I saw coming out of the hotel with Luke. She was just sitting in the office as though she owned the place. That's when I realized there was something really suspicious about the whole situation. I knew I needed to find out exactly what was going on, and fast. So the next time I heard that Luke and his mistress were staying at the hotel together, I sent Mike around there with his phone, camera, and zoom lens to get as many pictures as he possibly could of them leaving together. After that, all we needed was proof that Luke and his girlfriend were responsible for tampering with Joanna's car. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it might be. The next day, Frankie agreed to go around to the garage and pretend they were looking for work. They met the owner, Luke's mistress's father, and he said they could do a trial shift. At some point during that trial shift, Frankie found some instructions for removing the nut on the steering wheel ball joint that caused Joanna's accident. They told the police about it, and the police went around to the garage and discovered that photos of those instructions had been sent to Luke's email. When they visited Luke and Joanna's house, they found a printout of the instructions as well as an old wrench and the nut from the ball joint stuffed in a drawer in the garage. The officers said that it was plenty of evidence for them to file a warrant for Luke's arrest. They were already at the hospital when I arrived. I felt so sorry for Joanna when I saw her in the hospital. Luke was being led away by a couple of police officers, and another was trying to explain to her what they were arresting him for. She was totally blindsided by the whole thing. She believed in Luke and trusted him completely, right up until the moment the police officers showed her Mike's photos and the photos from the garage. It was really difficult to watch her finally begin to understand the depths of his betrayal. I'm glad that the police arrived before I did, because I don't know what would have happened otherwise. If I had gone there and found Luke alone or with Joanna, I probably would have tried to hurt him somehow. I was so angry knowing what he had done to my daughter. But it's better that I never got that opportunity. It wouldn't have helped Joe to see me act like that, and I probably would have been arrested alongside her husband. After the police left, I tried my best to explain what I knew to Joe, and when my wife arrived, I told her all about it as well. It took them both some time to accept that Luke had been lying to them. But I still had copies of the photos on my phone, so they had to believe the evidence of their eyes. My guess is that Luke was always the kind of person who conceals part of their life from others. He did love Joanna, but he also loved his freedom and did whatever he wanted. I don't think he intended to get his girlfriend pregnant, but when he did, they decided that it would be easier for them to just get rid of Joanna and get married themselves. I just can't believe that instead of simply asking for a divorce, they came up with this evil plan to sabotage the car and make Joanna's death look like a tragic accident. My daughter was totally floored by the idea that the man she loved and trusted had actually planned to hurt her and even tampered with her car with his own hands. It took her a very long time to come to terms with it, but it was helpful that Luke was convicted of attempted murder and given a long prison sentence. His mistress and her father were also found guilty of conspiring to murder Joanna because they helped Luke form and carry out his awful plan. Now it's all over, we're left to rebuild our lives. Joanna was able to get a divorce from Luke pretty easily after he was sent to prison. She moved back home temporarily, but now she's back at work and living on her own in a nice apartment near the river. She seems happy, and I'm sure she'll find someone new if she wants to. Since everything happened, I've been back a few times to visit my father-in-law's grave and lay some flowers. I am so thankful he gave me the opportunity to save my daughter from a worse accident. Whatever happens next, I'm glad we still have each other. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content.